Well, what is your why? Now you brought it up. Now I'm curious. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, my why's always been like, I've always wanted to just, whatever I do, I want to enjoy in life. Yes, I want to make money, but I want to enjoy. Like, I want to enjoy being around the people I work with. I want to have the happiest employees. Like, it's one of our core values is enjoyment. And so that's what it is. And I fish professionally on the National Walleye Tour. So now my thing is like, I just want to get this business running, and I don't want to, like, I don't want to be stressed out all the time. So that's my why. And my why might be different than a lot of other people's. And that's what I would always recommend when you're starting a business. Like, why do you want to do this? Do you want to just get really big so you can tell people, hey, I'm doing $50 million a year and I'm stressed out and miserable? I mean, you might not be stressed out and miserable. Or do you want to just, hey, I want to have two employees, and I want to go fishing a little more, and I want to work 20 hours a week and make a 40 an hour a week living. Like, that's a great business. So
Yeah.
like, people look at us and we're like really big, and it's everyone's like looking up to me like, oh, I need to be like you. I'm like, you probably don't need to be like me. Like, I was more happy when I had 20 employees, and I probably made the same amount of money too.
This episode is brought to you by 10x Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10x Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker: they only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by Rakowski Law Firm. If you're a business owner or have built a level of wealth, but you don't have your estate plan dialed in, you're exposed. Rakowski Law Firm helps families and business owners protect their assets, avoid probate, and make sure everything transfers exactly how it should. This isn't just paperwork, it's a real strategy to protect your legacy. If you haven't looked at your plan in a while or don't have one, go to rakowskilawfirm.com. This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team. What's up, everybody? This episode is sponsored by ExitWise. If you're a business owner thinking about selling your company, whether that's now or years down the road, you need to know what your business is actually worth and how to maximize that exit. That's exactly what ExitWise does. They help you prepare, position, and ultimately sell your business by assembling a world-class team of M&A experts around you, guiding you from valuation all the way through closing. If you want to know what your business is really worth and how to increase that number before you sell, go check out exitwise.com and get ahead of it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Builder's Bible. I'm joined by David Hoisington. He is owner, founder of Complete Roofing Systems, and they do a little bit of everything. They do insulation, they do gutters, roofing. I'm excited to kind of dive into it with him here today. I think we got connected on Facebook, David, if I remember correctly. And I have not had a lot of roofers on the show here recently, so I'm excited to kind of pick your brain. Tell us about your business, man, how you guys got started, where it's at today.
Yeah, cool. So basically, I started my company when I was 19. I was going into college and I was doing roofing and gutters on the side. I'll keep the story short, but had this guy who I said, hey, I need to buy a gutter machine, and I was kind of just joking. I was 19 and broke. Well, he ended up buying me a gutter machine. I just paid him off. Then did that business for 5 years, grew it to about 3 crews. Then I was out. I couldn't get myself out of the roofing industry. So then eventually, like, there was another guy, we were competitors, and instead of competing, like, we bid on the same job, we just went and met up and talked about it. He's like, no, you do this job. And I'm like, no, you take the job. So we end up just like, why are we competing with each other? You're really good at some things that I'm not at. I'm not good at it. I'm good at some things you're not good at. And we just met up. So that was like, we had like maybe 5 or 6 employees, and we teamed up. And ever since we teamed up with, competitors teaming up, we took off like a rocket. So
Wow.
now we're up to 50 employees. We're probably going to max out at about 60 this year. And we've been, honestly, it's been a double. We've been slowly kind of slowing down a little bit with our growth. Like, we're not a growth minded company. It's like, hey, our focus is serving our customers and creating the best company culture at our company to recruit the best talent. And when you put those two things in place, it's unstoppable. So
That's interesting. I feel like that's a little bit counter to what I hear. We are not a growth minded company.
no,
You're just, and I know everybody cares about service, but it's like, I am going to grow by not focusing on growth. It's kind of counterintuitive.
yeah, everybody's so crazy about gross. Like, you always got this big number, like 10, $20 million. I could care less about that. Like, I want my customers to be taken care of when they hire one of my companies. It is going to be like the best service if you call a plumber, a landscaper, a roofer, like CRS Bauer. We have a bunch of different brands within our companies, but I just want to have my customers taken care of. Like, holy cow, like, you guys are doing something different that I've never seen in the home improvement industry. So that's my goal. I mean, we're at a level right now that I never thought I would be at in my life. So I'm not one of those guys that's like, hey, I need to double next year. It's like, I would rather see my net move up a little bit and maybe even do less work, like,
Yeah.
have less liability on you. And I think it's all
Yeah.
about finding your sweet spot in life too, and what's your why in life. So that's what I'm kind of
Well,
working
it's
on
a
right
great
now.
question. Well, what is your why? Now you brought it up. Now I'm curious. What is it?
Yeah, I mean, my why's always been like, I've always wanted to just, whatever I do, I want to enjoy in life. Like, yes, I want to make money, but I want to enjoy. Like, I want to enjoy being around the people I work with. I want to have the happiest employees. Like, it's one of our core values is enjoyment. And so that's what it is. And I fish professionally on the National Walleye Tour. So now my thing is like, I just want to get this business running, and I don't want to, I don't want to be stressed out all the time. So that's my why. And my why might be different than a lot of other people's. And that's what I would always recommend when you're starting a business. Like, why do you want to do this? Do you want to just get really big so you can tell people, hey, I'm doing $50 million a year and I'm stressed out and miserable? I mean, you might not be stressed out and miserable. Or do you want to just, hey, I want to have 2 employees, and I want to go fishing a little more, and I want to work 20 hours a week and make a 40 an hour a week living. Like, that's a great business. So
Yeah.
like, people look at us and we're like really big, and it's everyone's like looking up to me like, oh, I need to be like you. I'm like, you probably don't need to be like me. Like, I was more happy when I had 20 employees, and I probably made the same amount of money too.
Yeah. And
So
so I know it's not about growth, but out of curiosity, where are you guys at in overall sales or revenue?
I mean, I hate even saying this because it's like, we're in such a small community, but we're going to be at like the 20 million mark. I just hate saying that because it's
But
like
that's
people.
but that is impressive because I talk to roofers in large cities who aren't there. So what is interesting to me about our conversation is you are getting there without focusing on it, right?
Yeah,
And I think that's a really powerful thing. You really care about your why, you really care about your team and your culture, and then just over delivering to the client.
yeah.
Um,
And the one thing I'm most proud of is we're probably the biggest GAF Master Elite company in a rural area. So like, you look at all these guys that are like in the President's Club and all this stuff. I would bet the farm that we are the most rural President Club or like member. And like, if I could spin the camera on and like do an aerial view or even look us up on the map, we're in the middle of a farm field. Like, my community right here is like 1,200 people. The closest city is Erie, PA, and we just bought out Bauer Specialty, who's in Erie. But like, we are so rural. There's more deer in my community than human beings. So the fact that we're at a size like this is very, very impressive. That's the only thing I'll like toot my own horn about.
I love that. This episode is brought to you by Blue Collar Business Advisors. If you're running an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, or landscaping, or any other type of home service business and wondering where all the money is going despite growing your revenue, you need to talk to Paul Maskill.
Paul has scaled and sold multiple blue collar businesses and now helps business owners improve cash flow, profitability, and financial clarity through outsourced CFO services. His clients gain a better understanding of their numbers, build predictable profits, and create a business that supports the life they actually want. One of the things I appreciate most about Paul is he's not just a finance guy. He's been in the trenches as an owner. He understands the challenges of running blue collar businesses because he's done it himself. If you're doing a few $1,000,000 a year in revenue and want to stop guessing at your numbers and start building real wealth, head over to bluecollaradvisors.com. That's thebluecollaradvisors.com and schedule a discovery call with Paul and his team. Blue Collar Business Advisors, helping blue collar business owners build financially healthy companies and achieve permanent profitability. This episode is brought to you by Corberry Digital. If you own an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, or home service business and you're tired of wondering where your next lead is coming from, you need to check out Corberry Digital. Corberry specializes exclusively in helping home service companies dominate their local markets through SEO, Google Ads, local service ads, websites, content marketing, and lead generation systems that actually produce a measurable ROI. Their team doesn't just focus on clicks and impressions. They help contractors lower customer acquisition costs, increase qualified leads, and build a marketing engine that scales. What I like about Corberry is they understand the blue collar space. They aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Their entire focus is helping trades businesses win in their backyard and generate more profitable jobs. If you're looking to grow your business, improve your online visibility, and build a marketing system that works, visit Corberry.com and schedule a strategy session with their team. That's Corberry.com. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast. This episode is brought to you by Jonathan Keim and the teams at 360 Commercial Roofing and Top Roof Marketing. If you own or manage commercial property or you're a roofing contractor looking to grow, Jonathan has spent more than a decade helping businesses protect their buildings and scale through proven commercial roofing and marketing systems. His companies specialize in commercial roofing solutions, roof asset management, and marketing built specifically for the roofing industry. Whether you need a trusted commercial roofing partner or want to generate more qualified roofing leads, check out 360 Commercial Roofing or Top Roof Marketing. You can go to www.360, like 360, commercialroofing.com, and Top Roof Marketing, www.toproofmarketing.com. Now let's get into today's episode.
What is going really well with your business right now, and what's the biggest challenge that you guys are facing?
Yeah, right now, what we're doing really well is we're finding really good talent. So like people are coming to us, so we do advertise for people. Like I think when we connected, I put that Facebook post up, like listed all the benefits of our company, like golf simulator, hunting lease, company fishing boat. Like what we found out is like, what does our customers want? But what does our employees want too? Like, I hate to say it. I'm always trying to like educate my employees on this. I'm like, guys, you need to do retirement. Like you need to, but like a lot of these guys are roofers, gutter installers, like they're living by the day and there's nothing wrong with that. Like that's just what these guys want to do. They want to show up to work, do a good job and go hunting and fishing or whatever. You know what I mean? They're not really thinking about retirement and stuff like that. So we realized like we spent huge money on our retirement package and no one cares about it. No one. I shouldn't say no one, like 10%. So then we're like, all right, what do my employees really like? And I put this crazy incentive in, like, hey, I want 150 Google reviews at the end of this year, and they nailed it in like 6 months. And when I said that, I'm like, I will buy a golf simulator. So I'm like, well, geez, I got to put my money where my mouth is. And I looked these simulators up. I'm like, these aren't cheap, So, but I end up buying that simulator.
Like what, 10 grand for a good one? Or was it more than that?
Like 20.
You got a really good one. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go with whatever we do here. We try to go all out. But then it was like the hunting lease thing. We got like 550 acres to go hunting, and I take my guys like duck hunting and fishing and stuff, and that just builds your company culture. And that's how our talent started to come to us. They just realized like we're not looking at you guys to make us money in our check. Like we want you guys to be happy. We want you to have a great living here. And if all these things happen, the company will thrive.
I love that. What do you feel like the biggest challenges that you're facing right now, or what is the biggest need of your company?
Yeah, right now the biggest need has been like we're always focused on doing good marketing. Make sure we're selling right. Then it goes into production. Then it goes into like the accounting. So right now it's been like there's like that that wheel that needs greased so it runs right. And that's what I've always been focused on. But now we're focusing on like the back end stuff, like, are the way we filing our, doing all of our accounting, is that efficient, or are we double triple entering things and wasting all this time? Like human resources now, because we have so many people, just that upper level stuff that, like, I finally found that I'm not that guy, so we end up hiring. He's more of like a CFO, but we call him, oh my God, job titles don't mean anything to me. You can take my CEO role. So he's our CEO, and he's been on, doing that. And we just bought out another company here. So just doing all those major business deals, working with lawyers and stuff like that. That's been our biggest, I guess, bottleneck right now. But that's one of been most of our strengths too, is like like my job's always for sale. Someone come and do it. And even with my business partner, his job's always for sale. We'll do it, but we're always looking to be like, all right, this guy can do it better than us. Boom, you're hired.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
How are you guys integrating AI into your business right now?
Yeah. So AI has been awesome for us. Just all of our paper copies, just uploading it super quick, making changes. We have a graphic designer here, so like he used to design all of the stuff. Um, basically by hand. Now he's doing it with AI and just doing data research. Like when we bought that other company out, we were really leaning hard on AI. Just to like, I mean, there's some crazy stuff. Like probably some of the stuff we shouldn't even done. Like with QuickBooks, like you can upload reports and say, hey, what do you want to do? What should we be doing here? And research in other markets, and like, how should we be advertising this area? Um, we're pretty redneck over here, so we really had to learn the AI stuff. But if you're not using AI, you're falling behind.
Yeah. I love that. What's something that we haven't talked about today that gets you really fired up?
Oh man, I think those things are my biggest things. Like my why thing, because a lot of people ask me business advice, and it's just like I see so many people that have been doing their business for 30 years, and they're like, it affects their wife, their husband, their kids. They're not making them. I'm like, go work for somebody. And that's what we kind of changed into. We're like, hey, we'll run the business, but if you were in business, you were really good at your job, but you're just not running good, you couldn't run the business. Like, we'll take care of the business side, and we'll put some incentives in where you can actually make a really good wage.
Yeah.
Um, that wasn't the greatest answer to that question, but I don't know. I mean, really, just my people are my passion. Um, I'd say that's it. I think we really talked about it. Nothing else gets me fired up besides going out and doing some tournament
I'm
fishing.
curious about the walleye thing for a sec. So you're on the tour. Like, how does one become an expert at fishing for walleye?
It was my escape from work. So it was the one thing I like splurged at. I went and bought a decent boat, and I just went into like tournament fishing, and I was doing it with my cousin, and it was the only time I could click work off. Like someone could call me and it's like, hey, we're working on a roof and the house fell down. I'm like, all right, is everybody okay? Yep, everyone's fine. All right, cool, man. We'll see you. Like I just no stress. So then I just started doing tournaments kind of for a fun thing, not taking it serious, and I started winning and winning. And then I joined the National Walleye Tour because my buddy talked me into it, and we've been having some pretty good success with that. I have. So now it's like my getaway. I leave for a week or a week and a half, and my employees are kind of like really talking about it, and they're into it. So it's just, and they're happy for me to go. So that's the one thing. Like I got a really expensive boat, and I don't like bringing my personal stuff to work, but now they're always excited to see it. And I try to take as many guys as I can out fishing and stuff too. So it's just a good breakup. And man, you can work your life away. Like, don't do it. Enjoy life.
Yeah. We vacation in Canada over the summers, and I'm pretty sure walleye is, I think it's off of Huron. Huron? I think so. But what is the
Yep.
key? What's the key to catching walleye?
Oh man, just keep it simple. Jigging a worm. I got the crazy technology where I can actually look at the fish and be like, all right, that's a 7-pounder. I'll go cast it at 10
Yeah.
pounder or something. So I
Yeah.
got that technology, but it's you know what, it really teaches you to never give up. Fishing, it's always like this last tournament I did, I just wanted to give up. Like I wasn't into it mentally. And I didn't, I've never given up in anything. Like I probably should have took the business out behind the barn and shot it a couple times, but it's just never give up. Be resilient. Don't stop. Keep going. Pedal to the metal. Go, go, go. And I did that, and I end up like catching some big fish at the end of the tournament when I shouldn't have. It's all just about overcoming adversity,
Yeah.
and I end up doing pretty good in that tournament, so I was pretty happy. And that goes right to business. Like, you need to know your time to give up and shoot the thing, and always start new. Like, everybody forgets about failure. Like I said, sorry, I'm talking too much. I'm getting fired
No,
up
this
now.
is good. It's a podcast. That's what it's about.
All right, November, I said something to one of my friends. I'm like, man, I've never taken a business risk where I'm like on the road to failure. But when you go to the road of failure, you're taking this big risk where, like, if it works, it's going to like 10x, I'm like, I'm doing that right now. Because when we bought that other company, it was a big risk. And I spoke that, and it's like I manifested that, and I'm like, oh crap, I wish I wouldn't have said that. So now we're taking these bigger risks that we're not a bigger risk than we like to take, and we don't even need to take it, but we did it, and now it's like we made some major changes, and the trajectory of that other company is moving way up. The people are a lot happier. So I wish I wouldn't have said it, but I think it's going to work out.
I love that. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up? Anything we missed?
One thing is like, how are you going to think about your business or your life when you're 65 years old? And that was my biggest thing, is saying, like, I want to take a risk where I feel really good about it. And even if you do fail, it's like, dude, you failed, you just get back up and do it again. Like, people are going to, like, your competitors are going to be like, oh, you failed, you suck. I'm like, yeah, I did something crazy and I just wanted to do it. So I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like, I don't want to be so conservative where I'm 65 sitting around a campfire telling stories to other business guys. I really want to be proud of what I did and the way I treated my customers and my employees. And when you take big risks like that, like, sometimes you can pay your employees more. You can offer better jobs. Like, some of the jobs that we offer right now, I mean, these guys are doing really, really well. It's like, I love seeing that. So.
Yeah, I love that. Well, if people want to find out more about who you are and what you do, where can they go?
Yeah, I'm a Facebooker, so it's David Hoisington. I'm really active on there. I'd love it if you followed me. I'm trying to grow my network on Facebook a little bit, and that kind of helps me out get more walleye sponsors too. But now hit me up. I love answering your guys' questions, and if I don't know something, I'll just probably call someone up and say, hey, you need to talk to my CEO or something like this. But I'll give you my advice on it, maybe what I've been through, and I love answering that questions. It's not a nuisance to me.
I love it, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, guys. Go check out what David's up to. And can you stream a walleye championship? Like, how does that? Where do they host those?
It's a national walleye tour. They stream it. I can actually stream the tournament, but it just got to be too much work to have like a camera on my boat, so I don't even do it. But I don't want to lose the enjoyment of that. It's my time off. So, but yeah, you can check us out. Complete Roofing Systems, Bauer Specialty. We got a couple gutter companies too, but we're all going to be merging them under a couple brands, right? Maybe one or two brands right now. But yep.
Love that, man. Well, thanks for coming on the podcast. Don't go anywhere because I want to keep talking, but thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.